So I wanted to review this article that CBC put up because I feel it is so ridiculous. And CBC usually puts up mind controlling, mind washing, brainwashing stuff, right? And they don't let you comment. Even if you do comment, if they don't like it, they're going to disable it. So this article talked about how international students say they want to study in Canada, but staying is a problem if they can't find housing. And first of all, what I want to go over first is his rental applications were rejected. And then it says, leaving him wondering why he was invited to come to Canada if there is no housing available. Housing is available everywhere. It may not be available to you, or it may not be available at your price. And that is a problem. If you want to live for free, you need to have family here. You can't expect everybody else to allow you to live for free, right? Because you want to study in Canada. Now, after that I gone over that, I want to say that this guy already completed a post-secondary or postgraduate degree at another college in Barrie. You see, it says invited to Canada. Well, you see, Barrie is Canada, is part of Canada, and, Toronto is not Canada, because he's trying to go to Toronto, right? And I'm sitting here. Why don't you go to Saskatchewan, right? Manitoba, Alberta, somewhere around there. That's still Canada, right? But you want to go to George Brown. That's the funniest thing, too. Not even a local in Toronto will want to go to George Brown. George Brown is one of the lower class of colleges, right? Or lower class of education. I mean, people aim to go to university. They don't aim to go to college. If you're aiming to go to college, my assumption is you don't really want to go there to study, right? Maybe you want to find a wife, or maybe try to get your foot into the door into staying in Toronto. Well, if you want to do that, that's your problem, right? You are invited to Canada. You could be studying in Nunavut, and that'd still be Canada, right? I mean, the reason why I'm so upset about this is because I was born here, right, in Toronto. And I see the housing price go up and up and up and up. And no matter how much you complain, no matter how much a local complains, no one gives a shit, all right, honestly. But now I'm supposed to give 2 cents to this thing through my taxes or something for somebody that wants to study that wants to stay in Toronto, right? Or wants to go to Toronto from the country. I'm like, why would you want to go to the second most expensive city? You can't afford it, right? In the country, and now you're asking for the help of other people. You see, this was such a broken kind of thing because, like he said, right? Why he was invited to come to Canada. Canada's a huge place. Go study in Saskatchewan or something if you can't afford Toronto. That's how much Toronto is, and I don't like it, but what can you do? I mean, that's what people have told me, and there's nothing I can do, and I just have to accept it. But it is ridiculous how the CBC writes this as if they're entitled to some sort of housing, and the housing is there. And it's even more funny how they're talking about on-campus housing. Let me tell you this. The on-housing campus, right? I mean, the on-campus housing. They're much more expensive than renting in a room in some house with other roommates. Are you completely crazy? I mean, I guarantee you, if you're offering the amount you're going to be paying to the university, a lot of people will give you a room. But the problem is, I guarantee you this person doesn't want to pay that price. So he was talking about he dipped into his family's saving. So he doesn't have money anymore. All right, now they're using the savings just to get him into Toronto. I'm thinking to myself, you don't want to find a job, or you don't want to, you're using your family savings just to stay in Toronto, and you're going to a college that not even a local would want to go to, right? I mean, that is not any Torontonian's first option. I guarantee you. I mean, the only reason you want to go to a college is you're just fooling around, right? You're just trying to have fun or something. I mean, if you're, if he was like saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to University of Toronto or something, then yeah, I'll think about it, right? And he's gonna become a doctor or some sort of a, person saving lives in Barrie or something, then I get it. I don't even know what he wants to do, but from the looks of it, he's going from one college to another college, which is saying to me he doesn't want to study, all right? And his mental breakdown, which is he's trying to convince us to pity him, his mental breakdown is from his own entitlement to luxury. Unfortunately, is not being provided by people in Toronto. And nobody should, because nobody provided me with anything. I have to do everything myself. I even have to take care of my parents, for God's sakes. I mean, this is how bad the life is of somebody that has an entitled parent. Because your parents, if they're entitled to everything, then somebody needs to be giving them that. Once the taxpayer's done giving them that, then of course the children have to pick up the slack. And that's me. So anyways, I think this is pathetic. And, I have no sympathy for this person or anybody that goes from one college to another college just to have fun. And they're not there to study. Anybody that tells you, oh yeah, they're there to study, they're lying to you.